The simplicity and elegance of a well-made cocktail can never be overlooked. Well, that's a line from Edge Social Drinkery, and clearly that message behind our next segment as well. Joining me from Edge is Laura Moore, helping us tackle the Moscow Mule. It seems like this drink is such a hit these days. Why do you think that is?
I think the drinks come back into vogue. They have their time, and then they kind of fade, and then they come back. The Moscow Mule is a very simple, straightforward cocktail, and I think a lot of people love that. You know, it's a type of buck is what it is. It's kind of an antiquated name, but it's cool because it has the ginger beer in it and the vodka, fresh lime juice, and it's just delicious. And it comes in a really cool mug too, and people love that.
That's what I was going to say. I thought it was just because of the mug that made it popular again. People want to have that little copper look as rose gold's growing in popularity. It's a good accent.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, joking aside, I mean, the history though behind it does involve the copper mug though.
Yes, it does. So the history actually comes from Los Angeles. It starts back in like 1941, where these three business guys, one was a bartender, one had a ton of ginger beer, and then the other guy had his copper mugs. And they were like, we have all this surplus, what are we gonna do with it? And they all looked at each other, and after a few drinks came up with an idea. And they were like, why don't we just put the vodka, which wasn't selling very well because of the time, the 1940s, so it was weird. And then they had ginger beer, and then the copper mugs, and they were like, let's put it all together and make this really cool cocktail, and we'll call it the Moscow Mule. So,
well, let's go ahead and put it together and make one. What is the key, though, if people do want to serve these at home and kind of have a twist on their parties?
So for us at Edge, we make it with this really, really delicious ginger syrup that we make in-house. So we take fresh ginger root, cut it up, and cook it down with sugar.
Oh, wow.
Make it into a really cool ginger syrup. And we're using Reka vodka today, which is an Icelandic vodka. It's actually filtered through lava rocks and made with some of arguably the purest water on earth. And so we use 2 ounces of Reka and then 1 ounce of fresh lime juice. Going to use 3/4 of an ounce of the ginger syrup.
Now, say you don't want to, slave over a stove making your own ginger syrup. What is another way that you can do it that maybe is a little easier way that you tend to see?
You can go out and you can find it in certain places. There's ginger liqueurs that you can also buy too, which work. But I always suggest definitely the fresh ginger syrup because it gives it that kick. It gives it all that spice that you're really looking for.
Okay.
So we're gonna shake this up real quick.
I was gonna say shake quick because we're already running out of time. Lucky though, it's a simple drink. Yep, but a good one.
Nice quick shake there. Pour it into the copper mug right here. And add the ginger beer on top.
Oh, ginger beer, very last thing.
Last thing, always last thing. Don't shake the carbonation because you'll lose it. And then there you go.
Well, cheers to the Moscow Mule and for coming on today from Edge. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Very good. And I would say I'm really drinking this time, which I had to fake for a while. So thank you again for your time. Now let's go ahead and send it over to Carly.